everybody. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about a topic that's very close to my heart because I ask myself this question every day. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Kate. I am an informatics engineer from Caracas, Venezuela, and I've been working lately as an engineering manager for Clue, which is a female health app. I also am part of communities such as Women Techmakers, and I'm a director for Women Who Code here in Berlin. Okay, let's start with this. What does imposter syndrome mean? A lot of people have heard it several times. I suffer from imposter syndrome, how you can deal with it better, but what does it actually psychologically mean? The term came out in 1978. It was coined by two psychologists, Pauline Clance and Susanne Imes, and they coined it the imposter phenomenon. The imposter phenomenon is used to designate an internal experience of intellectual phoniness that appears to be particularly prevalent and intense among a selected sample of high-achieving women. But this is the part that I don't want to highlight. I want to highlight this part here. Women who experience the imposter phenomenon persist in believing that they're really not right and have fooled anyone who thinks otherwise. And you might think, yeah, all of us feel like that. Nobody who's a celebrity, nobody who is, I don't know, really accomplished in their lives feels like that. But it's actually not true. And I want to show you a quote of one of my favorite poetess, which is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou said, "Each time I write a book, each time I face that yellow path, the challenge is so great. I've written 11 books, but each time I think, uh-oh, they're going to find out now. I've run again on everybody, and they're going to find me out." So you think, okay, everybody feels like that, but actually, how many people experience this? And I come again with another study. So in 2011, the International Journal of Behavioral Science estimated that 70% of people have experienced imposter syndrome at some point of their lives. And in this time, they don't only coin it to women, they coin it to everybody. Men, women, people who are starting their careers, people who have been very advanced in their careers. All of them fell underserving of their roles. But you might think, 2011, things are getting better? A bit. There was a study done last year by a company called Blind, and they made a survey on tech employees. Tech employees for the biggest companies such as Amazon, Facebook, Google, and such. And 58% of these tech employees said that they felt imposter syndrome. One of the most interesting parts of the survey is that there was a person who was 14 years into the tech career who said that he felt every single time that somebody's going to come and say, "Give me your diploma. You don't deserve it. You don't know as much." Okay, but too much about talking about everybody else. I just came here to talk to you about my personal story. As I said before, I graduated as an informatics engineer, and I started my career as a mobile developer a long time ago. I'm not going to say when. iOS was just starting, and Apple was coming out with their fancy phones. And what was my career progression? So my career progression is mostly, as you know, you start as a junior developer, then you gain a little bit of knowledge, you become a mid-level, then a little bit of knowledge more, then senior developer, and then evolve into an engineering manager. And every single time on these steps, I ask myself these questions. Am I the correct person to answer this? Am I allowed to make mistakes? So if I ask for help, would I be perceived as not knowledgeable? What if someone finds out I don't know about that topic as much? And the saddest one, do I even belong here? And you might think, oh, outside everything looks cool, I'm not asking myself, but inside most of the times I am like this. Which I don't know chemistry, but I would love to do it. But okay, so I'm going to give you an advice of what has worked for me on the past years. I'm still on this process on getting over it. It's not completely yet, but I think it can help you a bit on how to deal with it. So the first time I've done is allow myself to admit it and be vulnerable. All of us felt this. All of us felt sometimes not inadequate. All of us felt like you don't know a lot, and it's okay. I think if we talk about it, if we know, hey, you're not supposed to know everything, you're supposed to ask people for help, you're supposed to reach out for everybody, it becomes much bearable. And you're not the only one in the room feeling, oh, is it just me? The second part is, be more open about making mistakes. we don't talk a lot in any industry about the mistakes we make. And we learn from them. We learn a lot. And one of the things I really like from a community that I joined, which is Women Who Go, is that they have this, in the part of a meetup, called Oops or Yay, which is anybody who have tried out something in the language can come up and present. And even if they have not achieved anything, even just coming up and present, you get one of the most cute plushies with a gopher. And for me, that was a game changer, because you're being vulnerable up there, you're talking about a mistake you made, you're talking about something that did not work out, and you get a reward. And it should be like that. We should be doing this way much more. The other one I do, and this is much more personal, I run weekly retros for my life. So every single Friday at the afternoon, I note down every single thing I did for the week, because it is easier to get lost on time. It is easier to think that the week was really bad, that I did not accomplish anything. But that when you sit down and you do in retrospective say, okay, what happened in these days, you might find out that you had much more accomplishment than you even thought. So, a reminder, every single Friday, do a weekly retro on your life. The other one I want to talk about is celebrate your accomplishments. We think a lot of times that our accomplishments is too small. I'm just going to celebrate the big ones. When I change jobs, when I get a new job, when I get a promotion, when I get a raise. And that's not all the time. Celebrate the small things. Celebrate that you're able to create a PR. Celebrate that you were able to talk to somebody. Celebrate that you're here on stage and you're not like shaking, which I am. And one of the most funny things, or the best ways you can do it, is from one person I follow on Twitter. Her name is Lara Hogan. She calls the importance of donuts. So every single time she has an achievement, she buys a donut and she posts it there. And it can be donuts of, I don't know, I changed my work, or it can be donuts like I made a PR, or I managed to finish this book. So celebrate as much as you want, maybe not with donuts, maybe whatever you feel like, but celebrate your accomplishments. And the last thing that I want to say is a little bit related to why we're here. Join an embracing community. Women Techmakers, Women Who Code, Berlin gecoacht, all of these communities here in Berlin are there for you, are there to support you, are there to help you find people like you who might feel that you're the only one doing this. So just join, just talk to them, and just find somebody, for example, that you think you can mentor, and talk to them about it. Join these communities, because there are millions out there. So that's one of the best things, actually, that it helped me move along on my path, because I really had good friends who sat down with me and realized, hey, this might not be as scary as you think. So this was a little bit of what I wanted to say today. Thank you very much for having me here. Danke. And yeah.